There are people who can walk onto campus and feel very confident and comfortable thinking, I belong here. That's not true for everyone. You know, it's very real. And yet, we do belong.
I think the interesting thing about Colectivo is that it's truly a collective. So while we haven't sort of settled down structurally what each person does, it's been everybody come to the family table and sort of take charge in whatever ways you feel comfortable.
One of our members, Jake Lozano, said, I want to be in a room of people that know what it is to smell my abuela's cooking. And that, I think, has been the heart and soul of El Colectivo, is exploring and reminding ourselves constantly of where we come from and who we are through each other, through work, and through community.
And it's also been an important way of engaging sort of my place in the United States. Where do I come from? What am I doing? How does that and to ask those questions of YSD, that it's not just a bubble within which things happen in your 3 years, but that it's also connected to larger conversations that are happening in the United States and the world. It's a way for us to remember that not only are we professional students here, but that we're professional students who are also humans.
El Colectivo did a fantastic production of Cloud Tectonics, which Nahuel worked on. And then we've done things like working with ULA, which is Unidad Latina en Acción, a local social justice groups of immigrants in New Haven who advocate for workers' rights and immigrant rights. We've hosted a potluck for them, brought events to the school like Brian Herrera's conversation on casting.
When Vicki Nolan said that Richard Montoya was going to be around, and this was in a case of the administration sort of being like, oh, by the way, there's this really cool artist that just happens to be in town, and you guys didn't know you were going to do this, but you should totally ask him for drinks and like just chat, because he heard that there's a group for Latinx students and he really wants to talk to you. And so that was a moment, that was like the first time we talked to an artist that had come through Yale and had an experience with Yale and had been doing his own things and writes about his experience as a Latino man in the United States. What I love is that each affinity group is exploring theater and their identities and how those two interact in unique ways that are not cookie cutter across the system. So there's not one way of being an affinity group here at Yale, and so I can't wait to see sort of how those legacies are shaped and molded by the new students that come here to YSD.